Today I'm redoing the valve cover gasket for the spark plugs. This is the part number. When I originally did it, I installed them this way. So there's two sides. You guys see that? So I installed them this way, which was the wrong way. And then I had to pick them back out. And I made a little nudge right here. And I decided that I was going to do new ones. So I went and ordered these new ones. And this is the correct way to install them. This side must face like this. So it has to face this way, not this way. And the reason is, if you have it facing, if this way is this is the correct way, when it goes in, it'll slide right into the spark plug, the tube. Now, if you install it the wrong way, where you have it like this, where this faces down, when you try to put them in, when you put the valve cover in, it's not gonna go over it. It's gonna try to rip it. So it has to go in this way, and then it'll make a nice seal. So that means this must be facing up. So this has to face up. So I'm just gonna install that real quick, put some new RTV, and then call it good. The passenger side was correct because I messed up on this side, and then I learned my mistake, and then I did it correct on that side. This 30mm socket right here fits right over the seal, and then it taps it right in. So you can see it's tapped in already, nice and snug in there. You can go ahead and put a little bit of oil if you need it, lubrication. So the previous owner, they removed these tabs. There's supposed to be some tabs where you have to unfold them, close them up. But the previous owner, they actually grinded them out. So I actually prefer that way. Makes the seals come out really easy and really put them in. So if you want to, you can remove those tabs. I don't think they're really necessary. So we're going to go ahead and put some new RTV on the edge of right here. You also want to go ahead and put some RTV right here and right here, because those are the weak spots where the oil can leak. And then we should be good for this side. There you have it. Everything's nicely put back together. All new screw grommets. This thing should be seal proof forever, hopefully. These are just dummies. You can see how the grommets, the spark plug grommet, fits nice and snug in the tube. No leaks in there. If the gasket grommet goes bad, oil will fall into your spark plugs, and that can make it really nasty. So definitely want to replace that when you do the valve cover gasket. So everything's nicely put back together, and we're pretty much done for this maintenance. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I just want to give you guys a quick overview of my 3.4 engine. Last night I was finished with the replacement of the spark plug gasket. If you guys remember, when I first installed them, I installed them wrong, and then I had to remove them back out, so I ended up damaging them. So I went and ordered 6 new ones from eBay. They're OEM, so I put 3 of the new ones in there, and I have 3 for spare. The one on the driver's side, passenger side, is installed correctly. So after I have that installed, I was able to go ahead and put my wire harness back on, and then install the 2 intake manifold, install the engine brackets. So right now everything is fully assembled. You have the whole wire harness. This goes to the ECU. The 2 heater hose right here, these are the 2 heater hose for the coolant hose for the heater core. I think from my research, I believe we're going to be using the one off of my truck, my 3.0. And also the one that was originally on here, they're kind of worn out too. So if we do go ahead and end up using the 3.4, I'm gonna replace them. But if we go and use the 3.0, then I believe the one on my truck is still in good condition. So we're gonna leave these 2 open. This right here is the fuel pressure regulator. This is the evap line for the fuel pressure regulator, and then this is the fuel pressure regulator return hose. This hose right here is very important. This one and this bracket here, usually it goes like this. It goes from here, and it gets mounted right here and right here. You guys see that? These 2 brackets holes. So what I did is you can take it and just flip it like a U and bolt it right here. And usually this hole right here, this hole usually just holds this wire harness only, but it's long enough to hold the bracket and this right here. And then what you'll do is you'll just get the extension. You just buy a hose, and then it'll go into your 3.0. So on the fuel pressure regulator, the breather hose ends up over here on the driver's side, but on the 3.0, the return line is on the passenger side. So you can make it go like this. You don't have to use this. I wasn't gonna use this metal hardline. I was just gonna get a long, the one on my truck right now has a like a 3-foot hose for the return line. And what I could have done is I could just run the hose by itself. But if you want it cleaner and like less hose running around, you can, this right here, all this does is just helps direct the hose more prettier. So if this doesn't work out, then I can just remove this whole thing and just run the hose straight up. Just run a long hose around on top of the engine and run to the passenger. These are all the little tube hose and stuff like that. They're all still in good condition. This hose right here is the brake booster vacuum hose. So this one's gonna get cut a little bit, and then the check valve from the 3.0, it's gonna go here, and then it's gonna go right there to the brake booster. Real easy. The 3.4 alternator for this year. This is a 97 3.4, and the mount, the plug is oval, and it's the same plug as my 3.0 engine. So the 3.0 engine, they have two type of alternator. They're both the same, but on the back of them they have a oval plug, and they also have one that's a circle plug. So you got to check out and see which one you have. So luckily my 3.0 alternator is an oval plug, so that's the same plug as this engine here, so I can just do plug and play for the alternator. If that wasn't the case, then what I had to do was I had to chop the wire off and just splice it. But I checked last night and I have the oval plug on the 3.0, so that's really nice. So alternator simple. I'm also still waiting for my oil cooler. I ordered the oil cooler plug from yodashop.com, and I just got a mail today that they're shipping it out today, so should be here by next week. But what it is it's just a cover up this right here, and also a threaded plug that plug up this hole here, and then another plastic cap that just covers this right here, the coolant hose. A lot of people need to do the oil cooler delete. I'm not gonna convince you to do it, but I just want to do it because I also heard that John, the guy that does all the 3.4 SWAT, he said he does it on his engine and he's never had any issues. So I like it because it's a cleaner look. So that's the reason why I'm doing it, just make the engine cleaner. I was thinking about replacing the fan bracket here. This is the fan bracket right here, but it seems to be spinning well. There's no loose plate or anything like that, so I'm gonna keep it the way it is. This thing right here costs about $115. The cheapest one I seen was on Amazon, OEM, Amazon, ASIN. So we're just gonna keep this. And in the future, if I do have to replace this is very easy. I just remove the fan, remove the belt, and then pop this out. I don't have to remove the timing belt or anything like that, so this is easy to replace. But for now, this is good. This is probably the original one, so this one has over 300,000 miles. The PCV valve is put back together. The original hose for the PCV valve was all hardened and crackle, so this is just a little spare. These are just a spare hose from my little spare box, and I just cut the right length and put it in there. This one's much more nicer, more softer. And we went ahead and covered this up. On the 3.4 engine, there is no engine hook on the passenger side. The only engine hook is this guy right here. This is your engine hook, and this doesn't look strong, but yes, it is strong enough to lift up the engine. But what you have to do is, if you have a 3.0, you can take the 3.0 hook. This is from the 3.0 driver's side. You can just take this off, and then there's a hole right here on the 3.4 engine. This is a 14 mil bolt that's right there on the cylinder head, and that's where you can plug it into for this purpose. So we're gonna do that to lift the engine up, and then once we're done, we'll go ahead and remove this piece here. Everything's all plugged up together and stuff like that. So the plan for the swap is, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. Once my wire harness, once my clutch, I just ordered my clutch today. Once everything's ready, I'm gonna take my vehicle to my buddy's shop, Rodolfo, the guy where I took this engine out. I'm gonna take it to his shop. I'm gonna swap the engine over, and then I'm gonna have my truck towed back to my place, and then I'll start doing all the finessing and all the connections and stuff like that. The reason why I'm doing it at his place because he has an engine stand and a vehicle lift, and just makes it more easier because at my place here I don't have all that, so it's very difficult. But I'm gonna put the engine in the back of my truck, drive over to his shop, and then swap the engine over, and then have the tow my truck back, and then I'll go ahead and start plugging all these little miscellaneous stuff. Like, so I'm not gonna install the airbox over there. I'm gonna do all that at my place. I'll go ahead and take off the dashboard, install the resistor on the tach, and then I'm also going to replace my glove box and my dashboard that I told you guys about, the radio bracket that was broken on my previous video. It's a good time to replace that too. And then I'll install the spark plugs. These are just the old ones. The only reason why I'm keeping them is just to plug it in so stuff doesn't fall in there. So if you guys are wondering why the heck these are on here, they're just here to protect the spark plugs. But I have the new ones already. This right here is the wire harness to the transmission and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna need this, because I believe the wire harness adapter that I'm ordering from Toy Only Swap, they should have the new one for me, but I'll find out later and stuff like that. And then this is all the wire harness for the EVAP box. So what I'm gonna do for the EVAP box is I'm gonna install it the way it is from stock, and once I get it running and tuning it right, then I'll go ahead and decide if I want to delete the EVAP box. But eventually I do want to remove the EVAP box because I don't need it, because on my truck right now I remove my charcoal canister, I remove my ADD front diff actuator and all that junk already. So we'll see what happens. And this is pretty much it. This is the fuel line. I told you guys already about the fuel line, where we have to, the fuel line originally goes over here and then we just have to flip it. So to clarify it, the fuel line, there is plenty of space. So I was warning when I first did it, I was like, man, what if the intake was gonna cover it? But there's plenty of space right here, and it should be fine, and it should be long enough too. I feel like it should be long enough. I think it is long enough. The engine's out of the vehicle right now, so it makes my perception kind of different, but I think this is long enough. It should be plenty of long. And that's pretty much it, guys. Pretty excited for it, and that's all we need. Right now, we're just waiting for our clutch and our wiring harness. That's all we need. Once we get that, we'll get the swap open, and the only thing I have to do next is I had to replace the rear main seal, install the oil cooler, install the clutch, and kaboom, install the engine, and hopefully it starts. It will start. So that's a quick update for you guys. If you guys got any questions, anything like that, let me know in the comment section. If you guys got any tips, any advice, let me know in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys next time on our next vlog. This is just a quick update video just to show you guys what's going on, and we are getting very, very close, guys. I'm estimating that we should get our wire harness within 3 weeks. I think maybe sooner, but hopefully within 3 weeks. That means our swap will start by next month, middle of next month. Catch you guys next time. Talk to you guys later.